Actually, you know, I'll do. How did Darnell go from shiny to? Oh my god, there it goes. Oh my god, hold on, Darnell, do it again.
Do what? I wasn't even moving.
I don't know. Did your screen went darker or something like that? You have
Oh, I
do it again.
I was doing a different window. Hold on, because the other window is.
There we go. Oh,
yeah,
where'd you go? Oh, where'd you go? I don't. Oh, I didn't. I don't. I can't see him.
Where'd you go?
Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Hey.
You people. You people.
Whoa. You talking Swahilis?
Talking Nordic?
When I knock people out, they don't fucking move. Who the fuck is that guy? Oh, don't be scared, homie.
Welcome to Throwing Hands.
Oh God, you're playing touch butt with that dork in the park, the ponytail.
My balls are hot.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Throwing Hands podcast, an MMA podcast for casual and hardcore fans all around. We're here to judge the craziness, the bullshit, and the Octagon control. And the boys are all here. Ian, Darnell, Joe, the whitest Puerto Rican you know.
So, hi, hello.
Hola. Como
Frankfurt.
estás?
Thank you guys.
Frankfurt.
Darnellian. Is there a way to make Ian yawn?
I guess you could say Ethan. but,
Yonister?
That's a stretch.
Yonister McLeod the second. Darnelius? Oh, shit.
Jonathan.
I don't know Darnell's last name off my top of my head.
The easiest. How do you not remember my last name?
I like what Ian said more.
I didn't even hear what he said.
Go ahead, hit me again. What did you say, Ian?
I said Darnellius, Watermelonius, Eshennius,
The third?
the third,
It's
the eighth.
Darnellius, Watermelonist, Hennessire the third.
Hennessire, that's good. That's good.
Fucking terrible.
You're Hennessire.
Oh man, we're already
And I was
having.
like, I don't even like Hennessy.
We're already having fun. Darnell, you keep disappearing on us. Oh, he keeps. Oh, now he's already. He's like fading in and out. Darnell's really baked for this episode, by the way. He's feeling it. There's gonna be a lot of these. What?
I'm just looking at the fights.
Okay,
from
all
the
right.
past weekend.
I know. All right,
That's all I'm
refamiliarizes. Refamiliarizing.
I remember the fights. I don't know what you were
It must be
doing, sir.
nice. We were watching
Must
them.
be-
We were watching them. Just
Heard.
you know,
In
just-
and out.
No,
Conversating, doing the podcast.
we were actually watching intently until we started making chicken nuggets about third to last fight, and then we came back for the main event. So no, but it's what the problem is. It's just drinking over time. It doesn't matter if you didn't drink that night. You can be like, I didn't even drink that night, so I'll remember all of it. If you drink any time between the time frame that you're going to start talking about the fights, you're going to be like, and then what happened? What during that time when I was completely? You got to get like. I guess you got to stay sober the whole time, huh? That's the trick. Okay, I don't like that. Anyway.
Gooch.
So before we talk some MMA, I was telling Darnell about this new chicken sandwich they got at McDonald's, right? It's like a chicken BLT thing. It looks great because the picture looks great. I feel like sometimes when a sandwich is really good, I've tried the quarter pounder BLT sandwich or whatever. It looked great on the picture, and it was great. A Big Mac don't look good on the picture. The McRib don't look good in the picture. Things that look good in the picture, I think, are really good. Except for one, McFish looks.
Wait.
The McFish looks
Except
really
for
great in the
two
picture.
things.
What? Yeah, exactly. Except for those two things, I don't think they look good in the picture.
Wait, hold on. What do
Quarter
you-
pounder with
wait,
cheese looks great in the picture. Go ahead.
Wait, you gang banging on the McRib, Ian?
You like he
You don't
likes
like the McRib?
Ian loves it, dude. Look at Ian's skin tone. Of course he loves the
Of course I
McRib.
love a McRib. What the fuck's wrong with
He
you?
waits out line for the McRib. Show him some
Reminds me of
respect.
School. Reminds me
I-
of public school.
That's true.
Still have never had one, ever.
It's so.
Every time they freaking say something about it, it's either they're out or it's just not in season. Like I missed like the season of it. I'm like, why the fuck is there a season for this shit?
You ever
But
have
whatever.
the barbecue
Yeah.
sandwiches at like in high school and shit?
Yeah. Is that what
It's
it
like
tastes like?
that, but it is better than that.
No, it's,
Okay.
I'll give it that. Yeah, it is.
it's the same thing. It's the same
The
thing.
ones at school were dry as shit.
It's the so they add more barbecue sauce to it. It's the same
Yeah.
shit. It's the same thing. It don't make it better because they add barbecue sauce to it.
It does make it better because it's not as dry. What do you mean?
Listen, I'm not trying to. I'm just not trying
They
to gas them up.
literally make it better by making
Okay.
it not dry.
Okay, but if they took off the barbecue sauce, it'd be the same sandwich.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're just blaming the school for being lazy compared to you can't give
Yes.
McDonald's a one up because those lazy ass workers if it didn't say it on the sheet
fuck
they
I
wouldn't
hate.
put it on the sandwich. So I just don't want to get him hyped up for some saying where he's like you tell him it's better than that. It's clearly
better than
not.
them.
It's the same
better
fucking
than
thing.
them.
Oh
the fuck
no,
up,
you're right.
Joe.
You're right. Sorry, they put
retarded.
onions on it too, so it's better.
And pickles.
Ugh, disgusting. And it's raw onions too. F off. F right off. Grow up.
You grew up. You didn't like tomatoes on sandwiches for so fucking long.
And then my taste palette changed. You think you think
now
a
you
McDonald's
try
rib
fucking
fucking
regular
sandwich is
onions
better
on
than a
shit.
school rib
Outta here.
sandwich? That's crazy. It's
way
the
better.
same
1,000
thing.
times better.
It's the same thing. I digress.
Don't listen to him.
I digress. The whole point is that again, Darnell's already on my side. The McRib is whatever. You know, it can kick
I
rocks.
don't even
He's
know,
never
bro.
had
I
one.
never had.
Darnell, don't flip flop right now.
Yep. Nope.
I'm
No,
not
he's not
flip-flopping.
flip-flopping. He never had
It's an
one.
argument.
Opinion.
I'm right in the middle for the most part. So
Right where you should be, right in between us. Look at that. On my screen, he's in between us down below, by the way. That's why.
yeah, I'm on the bottom. You guys
Okay,
are
cool.
top.
Hot. So no, my point still remains though. Is like the things that are like the things that are like really good looking in the pictures in the menu. They are really really good. So to be fair, if you think the McRib picture looks great, then my theory is still correct. And if you think it's amazing, then my theory is still correct. I think the McFish picture.
But also stands like you don't like the Big Mac.
Yeah, the Big Mac is definitely not my favorite sandwich at McDonald's. Like it's I get the Big Mac when it's like get a Big Mac and get another one for a penny, or get a Big Mac and get a 10-piece or something like that. That's when I get a Big Mac. I don't fuck with a Big Mac otherwise. So I'm just saying, Reese loves a McFish. It's not that I hate the McFish. I'm on Darnell's side with that. I've never really had one. I don't know that I'd like it. I'm not a big fish fan, but that picture of the McFish looks so good. Looks delicious. So my point is with the sandwich is that it's the same thing. I'm staring at this sandwich, right? I'm in McDonald's. I'm just in there to get a McChicken. I needed to pee, otherwise I just go through the drive-thru. I just want a McChicken. I say, fuck it, I'm getting a McChicken. I might as well get the McChicken bundle. It comes with a small fry and a McChicken. $3, right? So I'm standing in line, and there's this woman in front of me, and I hate difficult people in line. She's asking all these things about can I substitute this with that? Can I get this with another thing? And I'm like, yo, lady, it's fucking McDonald's. Just order the items separately. Just order one item after another and then call it a day. Stop trying to make some combo meal or whatever. I've already waited. By the way, I'm already a little anxious because I've waited behind this whole construction team that just came in, and I'm waiting behind them. This lady was in front of me, and I'm the last person in line. I'm in line, by the way, because I went to go use the machines that they have there that you can just order yourself. It just didn't take my order. Like I placed my order in, and it was like, we don't take payments at this machine. And it was like, here, take your receipt and go up front. And I was like, cool, no receipt. So I was like, guess I'm just gonna go up front and order then.
Jesus.
And now I'm waiting behind Miss Substitutions. And by the way, listen, I'm all for communities taking care of each other, right? But this sassy black lady in front of me was just the light of this black woman's eye who was behind the counter. She loved her. She saw me. She was like, how can I, like, she gave me attitude. How can I help you? But that wasn't right away. It was only before she took her order and all, and then just said, I'll be right with you. And then did everything in the store. She took care of Uber orders. She took care of the drive-thru. I'm not saying she wasn't working. She's busy, but she did everything in the store. In between doing these things, she gets this woman her cookie. Then she comes back, brings her iced coffee. And then when she's almost done with everything, she brings her meal. So it's not like Oh, she's just doing like, oh, hey, you know what? Let me help. I got you right here. But she tells me every other item, I'll be right with you. I'm like, it's been 5 minutes. I'm wondering when you're going to be with me. Also wondering why I haven't just left the fucking McDonald's by now. I should have just left by now. Instead, I'm waiting.
The drive-through.
Yeah, right. I should have just got out, went in my car, and just went through the drive-through. But instead, so I just continue to wait and get more angry, right? All for nothing. Like, when she finally takes my order, I'm just like, oh, hey, can I get or, whatever. While I'm waiting, once I get up there, I place my order. She's very indifferent with me. It's whatever. The whole staff sucks. Oh, they're all just yelling at each other, but not helpful at all. There's one guy yelling orders while the other people are yelling like, I don't know why we didn't do that. Like, I don't know why you guys all suck at this. So they're all running around. They take my order, and then now, as I'm waiting, this girl that was behind me this whole time, I don't know why this frustrated me so much, but she walks up and she goes, y'all got any specials today? And I'm like, oh my God, bitch. It's fucking McDonald's in St. Pete. It was in St. Pete.
Fuck asks that.
Who asks that? Are there any specials today at McDonald's? If there was, it would say it on the menu. It would.
Oh yeah, I got you. It's right here.
like she acted like that lady was gonna throw on a little fucking napkin and be like, actually today we do have an A5 Wagyu on the menu, and if you order right now, we still have the French onion soup as an appetizer. The fuck out of here. Go order. And she just ended up ordering like a McDouble or something like that. The woman behind the register was like, we have a bundle deal with like a McChicken and a small fry, or a McDouble and a small fry. The woman was like, and you know what made me even more mad? She goes, I'll just take the cheeseburger and the small fry. And the woman looked at her, she said, all right, McDouble and a small fry. Got you. I'm like, yep. I'm so proud of myself. I just kept being like, you know what? You're going to get this food. You're going to eat this food. You're going to feel so much better. You're just going to laugh about this afterwards.
Nah, you should have yelled at that lady.
You're like, now you have the anger for me. I get in my car, bro. it's like they rolled up my McChicken and then went, you're terrible. Yeah, no, they don't care about your order there anymore. But, it was I got to say, I was I was lost in awe at that chicken sandwich. That's why I really want to try it. All I could think about the whole time was that I'm like, scraping for the money right now. So I was like, I'll just get this. But all I was like, I just want to get that new chicken sandwich meal with they're doing the Shamrock Shake with Oreos in it right now. And I'm like, ooh, all I want is that Shamrock Shake with some Oreos and that chicken sandwich with a large fry and just be a terrible person. Ooh, it sounds so nice. Yeah. Well, we're not just here to talk about my problems about McDonald's and issues in fast food. Although, if you go back through a lot of the older episodes, you would say otherwise. We are here to talk about some MMA. I figured since it takes the longest, I figured we start talking about the passing card, UFC Vegas, Dvalishvili versus Petr Yan. I have a lot of notes about this card, but I figure I actually didn't write any notes about the Petr Yan Dvalishvili card because we were watching eyes peeled, fucking stuck to the screen on this one. Dvalishvili puts on an literal Iron Man, or fucking not even Iron Man. Iron Man's the wrong thing. Iron Man, I'm thinking of Iron Man in like WWE references, but like a literal godly
WWE.
Nate. You never heard of an Iron Man match in WWE? That's just exhausting. It looks like. Darnell, you know what an Iron Man match is, right? Oh yeah. It's like whoever has the most pinfalls or submissions by the end of like 30 minutes or whatever, which doesn't sound like a long time, but usually the matches in WWE last like 6 to 10 to 15 minutes, like just depending on the match. And you got to like go for like 30 minutes for. Sometimes it goes for an hour too. You just go out there and put on. You at one point you're like 45 minutes and you're wondering how many fucking butt busters you can do to HBK. No, but Dvalishvili puts on an absolute menacing pace against Petr Yan like no other. People are head over heels over this performance. What do you guys think?
Kyoto's been exposed. His cardio means nothing.
If he
That shit
does,
was bad, bro.
he
It
does.
was really bad. Yeah, that was not a good performance for him. Especially that eye being swollen up, basically closed by like the end of the fourth. That shit was just a glove on his face.
Yeah.
And he still just went out there. Like by the time it was the end of the fourth, I was like, yeah, I don't need to watch this fight anymore. He's not gonna knock him out or anything crazy is gonna happen. So
Yeah. It was a good fight to watch, like all the way through, honestly, because they were like, because it was just
Oh, it was great just watching Dashville,
Devalshi.
however, Devalshi. Not how that's spelled, but
Oh, I'm aware.
yeah, it just literally just murdering him for 5 rounds.
Yeah, the reason to keep watching at like the end of the fourth or fifth round was like, will he like with any of this fighters, like, will he continue this pace? And goddamn, did he?
He fucking did.
Yeah,
I was waiting for Peter Yan to just go.
call
I'm
it.
done.
It's funny.
Call
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm dying.
I like a lot of people saying that with Pewter, he's exposed now. And what sucks is like for Pewter is that he's lost like what, this is his third loss in a row, I believe.
Dana's gonna cut him.
third or fourth.
But to his credit, they're all from like the tippy top of the division, like the guy who he was in contention with the champion with, and then like it's literally been like
Sean.
except for Sean. So that's. But Sean
was like 13 when they fought,
Yeah,
which is
but
crazy as
to
hell.
be fair, Sean like essentially technically should have been ranked higher at that time anyway.
Yeah.
But so he's been beat by, you know, even if it's not ranked, like the best guys. So I think if Dana doesn't cut him, which Dana's cut better guys for less, if Dana doesn't cut him, then he's gonna get more fights. Because I still think Pewter's great. He's a dirty ass fighter, which I respect. But like you know, I think he's great. But he's if he continues, then the best he can do is try to prove that he can beat some cupcakes in the division and be like a midway gatekeeper, like the top 10 gatekeeper or something like that. And if he can't, then yeah, he'll definitely be cut. So it sucks because if he's signed again, he's got a long way to get to like a mediocre goal.
He's definitely gonna be on prelims his next fight.
I want him to go to 1. That's
Ooh,
where he needs to
that's a
go.
good- yeah, that's a good
They're all
point.
up much better,
Or
smaller fighters
Bellator.
over there.
PFL too. Well, Bellator's got a lot of like the same adopted rules of UFC. He needs one of these corporations that's got like goofy ass fights, like weird fights that he can do. You know. I want to use that opportunity right now. By the way, we'll keep talking about this card. Just segue. Did you guys hear that about Rampage Jackson's next fight that he has coming up?
What?
He's doing a tag team boxing like
shit.
Yeah, it's like a tag team boxing thing with Bob Sapp. It's going to be like an entertainment event.
Bad niggas?
Bob Sapp looks ridiculously weird old right now. If you look up like the promo picture they have for them, they're both dressed in like all American shit. It's crazy. I forget where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be in some foreign country, but yeah, that's Rampage's next fight is some like half. It's like they said it's like half fake. I don't know. Interesting though.
Oh, so it's like, oh, okay.
Well, I'm just seeing something. This tag team boxing Floyd Mayweather and KSI.
I've heard of that too. I don't think that's gonna that KSI's doing not KSI Mayweather's doing a lot of like throwing out feelers right now. I think he's trying to figure out what his next big project's gonna
Officially
be.
in the works.
I don't believe that for a second. That KSI's got a fight. KSI has a fight coming up, doesn't he? He's got a fight coming up.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Well,
But,
that's
like,
we don't need to.
Who they're going to be boxing against would be Manny Pacquiao and Salt Poppy.
Yeah, there's no way they get that fight to happen. There's absolutely not a chance in the world that they get that fight. I don't know, but I digress. Let's talk more of the Vegas card. Let's see. Oh yeah, I wrote down here. We got it needs to be known now from now on that if you want the proper, most dominant way to spell Alexander for your child, like if you're gonna name your child Alexander, has to have ER at the end from now on. The battle of the Alexanders have been proven. Alexander Volkov wins, I believe, by submission. No, KO, TKO. Yeah. Well, Alexander Volkov wins anyway, and I don't think either of these guys are ranked anyway. So this. Oh no, Romanov was ranked. It doesn't show Alexander's ranked. Volkov doesn't show his rank.
I don't know. I think whoever. Yeah. Oh, that's actually weird.
Oh yeah, it doesn't show he's got a ranking at all. Just Romanov.
Because even Peter Yan, we already know he was ranked number 2, but on his side, it's nothing ranked.
No rank
For
either.
some reason, on the left side, yeah, there's no ranking of people who are ranked.
Well, it's interesting too, is I'm going to their actual profile here on UFC, and it's not showing a ranking for that either. That's interesting.
They're already gone. They're going to 1.
This is how they find out. They're like going to the website. They're like, "What do you mean I'm not ranked? What are you talking about? It still shows my profile, but it doesn't show my ranking anymore." I think they're gonna cut us. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Yeah, Nikita Krylov wins by submission. I wrote down. I just don't know how many times they're going to be, letting guys just continue to just like fuck up weight and fuck up like making the fights, and then come in and get some submission win over somebody or some knockout and be like, it's all good. We'll let him fight again. I'm like, they have problems. Why? I don't know. Can we address this? And see, I've noticed it so many times where a guy misses weight and they're like, "Oh yeah, that fight got compromised because of this."
This is at catch weight. It's not at 205.
I know, but he had fucked up a missing weight prior. That's not why this fight got fucked up. I realized that this fight got fucked up because Krylov was hurting, which also his fault, and then it was fucked up before because he missed weight. And then this is at catch weight because, well,
you don't need to cut weight when y'all did it 2 weeks before.
Yeah, no, but I'm
like Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying my point is that like this guy fucks up a lot, and he's still continuing to just. There's got a lot of guys who end up doing this, and it's just weird because then we just let it move on, and then hope that they just keep making the weight, I guess, even though they clearly can't already.
See what you mean? Wet noodle. I don't know why. I saw something in Discord about a wet noodle. That was the only reason I said that shit.
I thought you were talking about a fighter. I was gonna start scrolling and be like, I don't know which one of these guys really look. Are you talking about Anton Turkaj? He looks like a wet noodle.
That's the homie, bro. Just
is that your homie? You know him personally?
Someone said he has the least intimidating name, but the most intimidating nickname.
I could see that. That makes sense.
The Pleasure Man. You're gonna fight someone with the fight name, the Pleasure Man. That's scary, bro.
He don't look like no Pleasure Man.
Not when you fucking pair him up against Vitor and you just let Vitor just beat him to death, pretty much legally.
Yeah, Vitor looks like a Pleasure Man.
Somehow Saeed lost his fight. I was surprised about that.
That was bananas.
And I understood the defense, and he rocked him a couple times, but it was like I thought Saeed had it at first because his grappling was pretty on point for the most part.
This is about where we had walked off to go make chicken, and I remember hearing that Saeed lost, and I was excuse me, what? Yeah, I thought
Mario Batista fight was good too.
Shouts out Mario Batista. That was a good fight.
42-year-old man just gets rattled.
We lose
at his son's age.
We unfortunately lose Rafael Assunção. Lost him.
Literally.
Retired. He's not dead, just retired. I realized I was like, that sounds so morbid right there.
The way he got choked out, we don't know, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, also, what a fucking fight. There was a lot of scraps on this card. Just straight barn burners. And Davey Grant, interestingly enough, it was just one of those obvious ones. Like, he just had Rafael's number standing up. Rafael's no joke. He's going to get in, go through that lengthy striking. But definitely, I thought, I even said prior to this, I was like, Assunção doesn't, I mean, if he goes to the ground, this is Assunção's game. That's his whole fucking shtick. Davey Grant gets the reverse triangle. Yeah, overall, I thought I didn't think it was like the best thing for Davey. I still think he got pieced up a bunch. He's still kind of sloppy in the fight against Sun Sao. There's a lot of times where he was just kind of like, I don't know, not on point with his stance and just kind of let Sun Sao recover a couple times when he was clearly piecing him up. So Davey Grant, it's great win under his belt, but it didn't look all that great to me. Tyson Nam, he brings back that front kick KO, but he's like on the opposite side because he got fucked up by a front kick and then he got submitted right afterwards. I was really excited for Tyson.
Yeah, was this the guy you showed us last week?
Tyson Nam?
Yeah.
What do you mean? When I pointed out, I was really excited that Tyson Nam was coming back, and I thought he was
like,
oh, no, it's not who that is. No.
Okay, all right. I was just, like when he came out, I was like, I thought he wasn't fighting anymore. Like,
that's racist. You're thinking of Nam Fam. That's racist.
That's not racist. They literally both have Nam in their name. Come on, that's not a bad one.
Yeah, that I had a lot of hype for Tyson Nam in that fight, but all's wells. I saw an article headline. It was like Tyson Nam with front kick knockout. And I was like, oh, KO. My pick of the night, and I'm surprised at this that it didn't get any performance boost at all. But Victor Henry versus Tony Gravely? I don't really remember how they were pronouncing it. That fight, in my opinion, robbed of the fight of the fucking performance of the night. Let's see, the grappling. This is a type of grappling match where they need to give these guys performance of the night because these guys were doing transition after transition, scramble after scramble. Victor Henry was constantly throwing up submission attempts. I thought it was super interesting. The striking, and then clearly they were gassed in the third round. There, you could see them throwing those like gassed head kicks, and I'm like, these guys are fucking going for it right now. Don't get a performance of the night.
Well, yeah, you saw breaking weight class take fight of the night, which deserved it more. That's just me though. Fuck.
You're not wrong. I mean, hey, fucking another higher up weight class from them that didn't get performance of the night. Josh Frem versus Cedric Dumas, or as I like to call him, Lil Weezy MMA. I thought that would land a lot better. I thought that would land so much better. I didn't write down any other names. I wrote down Lil Weezy MMA. That's gonna get it. I was thinking I'm thinking like Weezy F Baby. I couldn't think of a way to like put that into MMA.
It was fine.
Thanks. I don't need your condescending bullshit.
It was good, but it's just like nah. I'm enough of a friend to say that. Like,
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, but that was good. Josh Frem, I was only nervous because I wanted Josh Frem to win already, and he's in his hometown, and it wasn't all that great. It wasn't the perfect win, but I was really excited because I'm not a fan of Cedric Dumas either. I don't like guys who are lengthy wet noodles who have awkward fighting styles, and people go like he gets 2 crazy knockouts or a submission, and people go like, this is the guy, this is the new guy, and I'm like, I mean, look at him. No, he's not. When have you ever seen a champion look like that in the UFC? And I had to specify UFC because there's plenty of champions in other divisions and other corporations that look like that. Who's that one guy who looked like the Butcher?
No, I'm talking about this dude. Like,
yeah.
They're still talking about this dude, but he has a couple face tattoos.
Cedric Dumas. I mean, he's got a lot of everywhere tattoos. Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Who the fuck said a champ needs to be looking corporal? Especially somebody who fights. Like, what?
Okay, well, first of all, I wasn't saying that, but I was pointing out a simple fact. When was the last time you seen a champion look like that?
Likely question.
Likely question. I don't need your racial suspicion bullshit.
Oh, who brought race into this?
Shit, God damn it, I sold myself out. That's pretty much all I had for this card. Did you guys have anything that you wanted to call out for this card? Anybody wanted to call out, as they say in fucking every UFC fight nowadays? Who you calling out? Oh, I didn't get to point out I wanted to talk just slightly about the Bellator card, just because we lost another one. Benson Henderson retired as well. It's funny, we were just recently talking about Benson Henderson, and I will quote Rick from the Throwing Hands team somebody who has been on Throwing Hands before. Where I like his quote, and he said he left his toothpick in the Octagon tonight. I'm like, that's real shit right there. But anyway, UFC 286. I've been calling this card 268 for a hot minute because of my dyslexia. I was really hoping to watch the UFC countdown prior to this, because I have been able to catch up on those a lot now, but not so much on this one. Besides the obvious welterweight rematch, is there a fight that you guys are most hyped for on this card?
Honestly, Roman fighting. That's gonna be fun to see if he can knock out Marvin. Because Marvin is one of many gate guardians of the middleweight division.
That's true. That's a good pick,
So.
yeah. Doladiz, or I always say his name wrong, but yeah, he's doing.
Actually, I'm changing mine, especially because it's higher up on this fucking card. Gunnar Nelson and fucking Brian Barberina.
Yeah, that's gonna be. That's what I was just.
What? That's
Gunnar
a good
Nelson
fight.
looks like a serial killer.
Dude.
Oh shit.
Gunnar Nelson looks like Mateo Lane if he did MMA. That scans for a certain audience. That's the card. That's definitely the fight that I was gonna pick too. This fight is the only thing is, like, I feel like every time Gunnar Nelson or one of these karate guys comes back, everybody gets really excited, and then they end up getting like into like either a points fight, like as they would, or they get knocked out. So I'm very eerie. If eerie is not the right word, I'm very iffy on that one.
With Brian being the goddamn caveman that he is.
Exactly. You want me to look at that guy and think he's not going to knock somebody out? He's going to knock out 3 people on the way to the Octagon. I really like Juliana Miller versus Veronica Macedo. I think that's going to be pretty good. Got no MMA attributes to back that one. Just think it's going to be good.
Joanne Wood looks like she would beat my ass and then make me breakfast. Like,
yo, Joanne Wood, that one threw me through. I was looking at this card the other day, and I was like, I had to stop and do a bunch of like Googling. I'm like, is that JoJo Calderwood? Like, but did she change her name or something? But it's not. It's a completely different person. I was blown away. She looks exactly like Joanne Calderwood, and I'm like, that's Joanne Wood. Is this Joanne Calderwood? No,
hey, bro, separated at birth. Never
bro,
know.
dead
That's
ass.
some parent trap shit.
Dead ass. Both redheaded. Oh my god. Blown away. But so that's how you definitely know. One's from the UK, the other one's Irish or whatever.
They could be cousins for sure then.
Jake Hadley, and I like to point this out. Jake Hadley versus Malcolm Gordon. I've seen Malcolm Gordon fight. I think that's going to be a great flyweight bout. But I want to point out that Leon Murphy and Malcolm Gordon looks like the years after picture of Leon Murphy. Like, looks like years later in prison or years later down some type of, I don't know, it didn't go very well, whatever it was. But that's all I got for this card. Honestly, I feel like
El Fizie's fight is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be so fucking good.
the thing is, like, Justin Gage, I didn't even go over that one because I was just like, well, you look at that and you go, yeah, obviously Justin Gaethje's having a fight. It's going to be amazing, obviously. It's going to be a barn burner. They're going to throw down. There's going to be a knockout of some kind or a fucking 3-round fight where...
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, we're waiting for you. I was waiting for you. You were frozen. I was waiting for you. Yeah. But I was just talking through it. Yeah, I love that fight. I mean, they definitely did it right, and you can see when you're like, I don't really know too much of these guys, where you're like, oh yeah, UK, everybody from the UK. Omar Morales, he doesn't look real. He doesn't look like a real person.
I was just about to say something about him, bro.
What's up with this?
Yo, he literally looks like a created character. My
Us-
nigga is handsome Squidward, bro. Oh
That's
my
true.
god, bro.
That's true. I was like, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, they made this guy in the AI app. Dana was like, I'm making an AI UFC fighter. I'm gonna see if anybody notices. All right, well, UFC 286. That's it. I mean, that's all we got for this card, I believe. And check in next week when we go over the card again, and you'll be able to see our thoughts on that and if we were right about anything. Who do you guys have winning the title fight?
I got Kamaru by straight up Russell fucking. He's
So
going back to
I'm just gonna
college.
knock him out.
I think Leon Edwards wins. I'm going with Leon. I
What a
think
guy.
dude, I hear too much about Kamaru Usman's knees. That man, unless they inject him with some good shit right before the fight. I mean, he's a champion. He fights through the pain no matter what, right? But I'm just saying, if Leon, and it's a big if, it's a big ask. If Leon can knock him out in the first round or be able to work his wrestling enough to be able to stuff him, he's shown that, hey, later on in the rounds, he can still throw him and KO him. So it's tough to say, but I'm like, at this point, with how much Kamaru has talked about, he himself has talked about how bad his knees are. Oh, man. I don't know. I used to be so confident, but now I'm like, I know that the confidence is all held on sand blocks, apparently. Eroding sand blocks that are his knees.
Still got Usman.
He might have knees that are made of sand and putty, but he's got fists of fucking steel, bro. That he's dangerous when he throws. It's always so interesting when only people want to talk about his wrestling, where I'm like, his striking is scary.
Yeah, but that's the great thing about his wrestling. You forget about it because of the hands, and next thing you know, you're on your ass, and you're like, what's happening?
Yeah, he does one of my favorite type of moves when he's wrestling, where he'll put you up against the cage, and then he'll separate to throw a couple strikes at your head, and then he'll just go right back to pushing you up against the cage. I love that. I love a guy who will separate to let you know, like, all right, now let's strike it out, and I got you back again. It's so good. It's like boxing technique, but way more effective in MMA. Cage boxing, if you would. All right, well, that's it for that card. It's gonna be dope. I want to go into some talking points. I really only have two, honestly. We went over most of everything I wanted to talk about, but one thing. So after the fight, it was kind of known publicly that Khabib was offering Cyril Gane that he's interested. It's something when Khabib takes interest in you in MMA, especially if you're not one of somebody of his religion, faith, race, something like that. And he offers Cyril Gane. He says, you need to come out here to Dagestan to do some wrestling. You need to learn how to wrestle better, defend. He even really said, he's like, he just needs to work on defense. Khabib's word himself. He was like, his defense is not that good. Need to work on that. And if he comes out here, trains, then it should be fine. Now, Cyril Gane, on some kind of Paris podcast, has responded saying he would obviously love to and respect, but he can't because it's hard to go out there and train for a couple of months while he has a wife and kids. That's a fair response. But to me, in my opinion, I don't want to hear no more talk of him being like, I want to be the best or I want to be champion. Because if that were true, you would tell your wife and kids, I need to go to Dagestan for like a couple of months and I'm going to learn how to wrestle.
For a couple of months.
Yeah, and it's like, it's just, wait, you said what? I'm sorry, I said yeah and I didn't hear what you said.
Dad's going to be gone for a couple of months.
Exactly. Like, it's that simple. I mean, you're already gone a couple months training for the most part. I don't see the disconnect. So from now on, if anybody ever is like, he could be the best, I'm like, nah, he can't. He never will be. He's never going to stand a chance. He's always going to be a gatekeeper, a striker, and he's going to get fucked up by true wrestlers. Done. Cyril Gane, put a fork in him. He's no longer relevant in the UFC.
Because he wants to take care of his family?
Darnell.
That's what's keeping him down.
Yep. Darnell. Don't do this. I saw it in your eyes. I'm like, you know damn well.
What?
Because that's the thing. I wanted to make it very specific. It's not about like, oh, it's about he has a goal in his mind that he says to everybody, I want to be the best. If you truly mean that, you want to be the best and you want to be champion, then guess what? Right now, tomorrow, he can book a fight and be like, I just want to have good fights. I want to do this. I want to support my family. Dude, hell yeah. If he says at all that he wants another title fight or anything like that, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't even care about the fight. Because the guy, whoever he's fighting, just has to be a wrestler to win. That's what he's telling everybody. Hey, everybody, the whole world knows I'm bad at wrestling. Hey, Cyril Gahn, do you want to contend for the title? I'd love to. Okay, well, here's a guy who knows how to wrestle, kind of. Well, shit, I guess I can't wrestle anymore. I guess I can't win. Guess I can't fight. How you gonna support your kid when you're just a motherfucking loser who loses to everybody now because they're just gonna wrestle you because they all know you suck at wrestling? See, now you've made me realize it's not even about him being a champion. It's about the fact that if he fights the next wrestler in the heavyweight division, then he goes down more and he starts losing stock and he starts losing. What's gonna happen then, Cyril Gahn? How about you just take some time, go train in Dagestan, become one of the best fucking wrestlers in the heavyweight division, then come back and fuck up John Jones with some Dagestani shit? I think it's simple A to B here, what I'm asking for. And you're going to look me in the eyes, Darnell, all slanty and shit, all squinty. You're going to squint me in the eyes and tell me that I'm wrong? Grow up.
So is that how you feel about Stipe? When John told his ass he needs to stop firefighting and focus on this motherfucking fight?
No, because Stipe don't care about being champion or anything. He don't really.
Yeah, he does. If he's gonna fight, he only wants to fight John. And when you really look at it, he's had like nothing but title fights for probably the last 6-7 years, maybe.
Yeah,
It's been all title fights.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Stipe. You don't really hear Stipe have that talk though. The talk of like, I want to be the best. I want to. He wants to
You're
fight.
gonna defend the white man. Okay. I see,
He's a fucking
all right.
firefighter. You show some goddamn respect.
I don't think you say that too.
You support the red. How dare you? How dare you, sir? Well, again, in the end, it's just a point that if Cyril Gahn wants to be better, he wants to be a champion, he needs to go to Dagestan, period. Otherwise, he's just going to be flat. Also, Stipe don't need to go do anything like that. He's.
What about Derek Lewis? What about
also,
Derek Lewis?
By the way,
He sucks at wrestling.
I just want to say that that's John Jones saying that. He hasn't fought Stipe, and Stipe's got wrestling. Stipe's got striking. Stipe's got
For
boxing.
heavyweight.
Yes, and that's what they're going to be fighting, a heavyweight. So,
Like,
you know.
never felt John Jones put those fucking meat.
Nobody wants that. Not even John Jones' wife
Exactly.
wants that.
You had to go there. God damn it.
Always. Last thing I want to talk about before we go into our video segment is let me get all this shit off my screen here real quick. Oh, side note, Stephen Thompson says that he's been training with Connor and that he's got Connor's going back to classic karate stance. So that's good. I'm excited
Is
about
that
that.
going to be smart for a wrestler to be fighting a karate person?
I don't know.
Pretty sure he's just gonna take him down and just.
I don't know. He
have
was
his way
Connor
with
was
him.
doing karate stance against Chad Mendez. It worked out for him. So
Stuff
Yeah,
down
that
on
was 10
takedowns.
years ago.
yeah, I agree. I agree with Ian.
I didn't hear what he said. He's too quiet.
You stuff a lot of takedowns.
Yeah, that's against like a 10-day notice. Chad Mendez.
Oh, don't even. Chad Mendez is a
No,
Chad
I'm just-
Mendez no matter what.
That's fine. That's fine. You keep believing that, but get on you.
Well, who has better wrestling, Chad Mendez or God? Why is his name escaping me? Well, that's so annoying. Michael Chandler.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Chad Mendez has better wrestling, in my opinion. Nah, just nah.
I'm gonna take Michael Chandler on that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, you know, I mean, today's Chad Mendez probably not, but back then at the time,
Be comparable.
it would be.
It'd be an argument.
Oh, well, let's no, we don't have time to argue. Okie dokie, everybody. It's time to do our street fight segment of Throwing Hands podcast, where we go over combat around the world of all kinds, and We bring to you what we think should be going on, what should happen, the craziness, the bullshit, the Octagon control, if you would. And we break this down for technical reasons, educational purposes, to let you know what you should and should not do. Should you run? Should you fight? Should you learn jiu-jitsu? What's going on here? Of course, as always, we like to remind everybody, and we like to remind YouTube,
They're okay. Everyone that you see here is okay. We've contacted them. We've assured that they are indeed okay.
certified 100% health bars.
Full health.
Full health. They've got the pots, and they're fine. So yeah, I was scrolling through some videos, and I was like, ooh, I remember one of these. And then I saw another one. I go, oh, I remember another one of these. And I love bouncer fights. Because sometimes the bouncers are really good. They're surprise MMA guys. And sometimes they're just big dudes, you know? And you learn the difference pretty quick. Let's see which one we have here.
Drunken boxer versus sober heavyweight bouncer.
Yeah,
How
right.
it can be a heavyweight and bouncing.
Yeah, right. You get weighed in at this club.
Straight up, crack straight up. Ah, you little cat. You little cat.
I wonder where these guys are from.
Fuck off. Crack straight up.
Oh.
And again. Crack straight up.
Oh no, Bambi legs.
It ain't worth your damn
Crack
job.
twice
bro.
in a row,
It
you
really
pussy.
isn't.
How many times did we tell you? Fuck off. How many times did we tell you? Fuck off. Get the cunt talk.
That's it for that one, I believe.
What are you coming
That's
up?
and you know what? Respect for all of them. Hold on, I like how that guy. I think that guy at the end was gonna fight the camera guy. That's so funny. No, yeah, I love that. That's hilarious. I mean, you see this big bouncer guy. Listen, man, I don't know. This guy was probably a problem. This guy obviously was a problem. This guy with the shirt off, he's clearly an issue.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly though, this bouncer needs to be like that bouncer to go like, just get out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna call the cops. Like, it says, we've said it before. It says something for when a guy's that ready with a stance. Just take a breather and maybe realize your stance may not be as good as his, or you may not have one.
I mean, or if you're going to be a bouncer, you should probably take like boxing or something.
Yeah. Well, it's what I hated
'Cause
about
he
when.
just rushed in with his hands down, and then he got rocked
Yeah, I noticed that. Like I'm like, what do you even?
right off the bat.
Right. He's so hands down because he thinks he's not going to do it. Like, what are you going to do? Grab him or something? It's crazy. Yeah.
Get your hands like this.
And he went right over his jab. So shouts out. He knows he can do it again. The guy's just going to jab him again because he thinks it's what he's supposed to do for a fight, and then boom. And you are supposed to jab, but you know, if you already got hooked over your jab once, don't do it again. Hook me over my jab once, shame on you. Hook me over my jab twice, shame on me. I got knocked out. Yeah, it makes me mad. It makes me think of like when I applied to be the doorman at the Improv in Tampa, and they denied me because
You fought some guy and he did that to you?
Yeah, and then I thought that's how I could get the job easier. I just went out and picked a fight in the street, and some guy knocked me the fuck out. And he said, "Come on, big boy," and they hired that guy instead. Actually, no, I mean it just made me, they were like, we hire like big guys here, like ex-Navy, and I'm like, I was like, I put down on my application that I know jiu-jitsu, and they were like, yeah, it's not good enough. And I was like, okay, whatever. Hire 6'2" brainless over there who's gonna get knocked out by shirtless here. Fucking ripped abs over here. Fucking ripped abs from Australia over here.
I'm like, no disrespect to anyone in the service, but they really don't know like martial arts. Like they
Right.
know how to they know as much as like regular police officers.
Yeah, you're a tough guy,
If
no
we're gonna
doubt.
be real here.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next bouncer fight that we have. As you can tell from you've seen from the last one, this is going to be the better example.
This is what you should do if you're a bouncer.
Yeah, I love everything about this fight. Look at that bounce. Reminds me of Trevor.
Get him.
Slip, done.
God damn.
He let him hit him.
Yeah, he knew.
Like,
Oh, and what do you know? Wrist control.
you.
Right at the end, he went under the arm and grabbed his fucking wrist.
And we come back to the wrist control. Yeah, he knew that he was just gonna. Yeah, that slip is beautiful. That little shoulder roll
Look,
and wrist control. Yeah. And there's a bouncer who's trained in MMA who was very confident of like, that's okay. Let this guy try to come at me. I will take him down. I will shoulder roll these shit out. I love a shoulder roll. That was a good goddamn. Yeah, one more time, please. He's like, okay, man. All right, whoop. Bounce back. Good distance.
Get him! Get him!
Yeet. It's nothing. It's light work for that man. And everybody knew. They were like, it's all good. He's trained professional. I love that.
And his friend gets on top. He got a manwich.
Flattens him out.
if I'm not mistaken, at the end he's got his legs like triangled around his arm.
Yep. Yeah, he does finish that up.
I'm
Yeah.
like, this
So
guy's not going anywhere.
he's essentially got a crucifix right now. Oh no. Crucifix bar street fight from the bouncer. Hell yeah. Okay. Next fight we have is not so bouncer conventional. I saw this fight. Here's a couple things I want to point out about this fight before it plays, and then we'll talk about it. Fuck Ohio. That's one. Two, you'll see in this video every lesson you've ever learned about. Stop worrying about what you're wearing or what you're doing, and don't fight when you're getting out of your goddamn car. Go ahead.
Oh my god, he has no legs.
Yep, it's
The
over.
car is holding everything.
It's over, and he's just trying to figure it out. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Oh, daggers. So pause it.
Take off my jacket real
Yeah, that's my whole point with this. Is that like my man shreds his jacket for he's getting out. He just got out of the car. Now he's gonna pick a fight.
How long would you survive?
I love that.
How long would you survive?
He gets out of the car.
Oh.
He sheds his jacket. My man, who's over there, fairly enough, sees that he's doing that. He gets a little bit faster. He's like, I'm about to start taking advantage. He starts piecing him up, but he doesn't get him good enough. And this dumb idiot sheds the shirt. There's so many people, and I've learned this a long time ago, even before I even got into a street fight ever in my life. Don't tarps off like way before anything. Like, like do that when he's 20 feet down the laneway. You know, don't do that when he's in your grill. That's insane. And,
like, you think they're just gonna wait for you to like? Hold on. All right, yeah, I'll let you tie your shoes. Go on.
Oh, my bad, bro. Here you go. Go ahead. I know I get it, bro. Because I don't want to get my shirt messed up either. Hold up. They like gently take off their hats.
I'm not gonna wait for you to power up to fight you. I'm gonna Aaron Yeager the shit out of you.
Oh my god! One more time to show everybody. Just leave your clothes on. Fight with your jacket.
Like,
Hold
it's
on.
really not gonna inhibit you
All
much.
torso. All
He's-
torso right there.
It's almost like
That
he
is
was
all
like,
torso movement.
"Ooh, you better you're so lucky my shirt's not off right now. If my shirt was off, I swear to God."
Forehead.
Damn, that was a
Done.
dagger. So
Outta
good.
here.
So good.
His jacket was like he was halfway like here whipping off his jacket before he started getting pieced up. Like,
yeah. Oh my god. I that one I'm probably gonna have to censor because it was so fucking aggressive. But whew,
Not
damn, it was a
impressive.
good one. I found it to be very technical. Honestly, on the other guy's part, he was smart. He had very good stance, very good defense. And this other kid, it's again, don't be getting in aggressive fights like that. If that's what I don't know, like that's so crazy that people want to fight so badly when they don't know even basic fundamentals. Fundamentals. I'm an old father trying to teach their kid fundamentals right now.
you know, I boxed back when I was in college.
Hey, you know, I bet I could throw a football clear over those mountains right now if I tried. Okay.
Shout out to Uncle Rico.
Thank you. Yeah. This was a very interesting break. right now, by the way, shouts out if you go over to patreon.com/SuperSour, you can pay $3 a month and get basic. It gives you access to everything on the Patreon over there. All the uncensored videos that we have over there. We have some videos that didn't get to make it on YouTube, and right now we're gonna have to censor this bad boy. But if you go over there, you can see it in full. Guys, this was a very unconventional break. I don't know if you've seen this, Darnell, or not, but this was super weird. Oh, I've always wondered about that. I've always wondered.
His fucking
Because he was how hard he was fucking pulling his own foot.
his calf broke.
Yeah.
Or I mean, his fucking thigh.
Not his knee.
He like pulled his whole knee out. Yeah. So for those that can't see right now, this man's got a triangle. He's locked it up and he's pulling on his foot. Ooh. And he just pulls his whole. I mean, he breaks his knee, essentially.
He broke his own shit.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
Dude's head was like a fulcrum, so all it did was just fucking pull.
All right, go ahead and pause it.
Fucking rubber band.
So, like, I mean, it's the snap alone.
I'll never do a triangle again.
Right. It's always been curious to me. I've always been curious about a triangle where I'm like, can't you, if you pull that enough, like, just bust your shit out of place? There you go. Apparently, you can. Yeah, bring it just all the way down like this. Perfect. Oh man, it is. I find it. He's got a very weird triangle locked up, but I mean,
he needs to drink more fucking milk.
He does need some milk.
That's wild.
I feel bad for the kid who was in it because he heard that that was
right in his ear. Yeah, he heard it. He grabbed his ears because he's gonna throw up. If I were him, I'd throw up. I'd be like, that's crazy to me. That happened on my ears and neck. Ugh. Also, in his head, you got to think he probably thinks that he just his shit just broke. So he's like,
he's like something's wrong here.
Then he hears him screaming. He's like, no. The referee who's like, what do I do? I don't call nothing. I just go, oh shit. All right. Let's move on from this trauma.
Oof.
We got a goodie. We got a nature fight. The nature boy brings a fight. This is a video of Ian and Darnell fighting IRL. Go.
I was gonna say, so I was in a bar in Wisconsin, and this fucking big ass dude tried to start a fight with me.
This is I love this bear fight though. One bear pulls guard. He's got guard on him. Like, this bear's been known to throw up submissions. He's got butterfly guard. He's really attacking the face. He's smothering. Oh, he's gonna pass here, but the guard is too strong. He's pushing him away. This is a crazy scramble.
And people think they can fight these.
Yeah, you won't hear me making an argument on that one. Oh my god, this terrifies me. I think of any bear attack ever.
I'm sorry for this.
What, Darnell? What?
I got.
You're gonna fight one of these?
Darnell.
No, hell the fuck no.
Run away.
I will say that it's funny is the caption that the person that's in this video is or somebody, I think it was the first comment I saw, which is this is some white people shit to be recording this right now, and I was like, oh yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
There's
no, they're not worried about it.
This is shouts out Reese, who would be recording this being so cute, and be like, they're
this is gonna be dumb.
By the way, they are kind of adorable while they fight. It's adorable. I mean, just no jujitsu.
Adorable ears if I can't pet you.
Dana White right now is like, I'm thinking about starting a bear league. Check it out, guys. On Fight Pass exclusive bear league. We put these bears in a house together, right? And we see which one's the best. Incredible.
You know what's wild about bears is the fact that their fur is so thick, their claws literally don't do anything against each other.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Most of the time when bears actually hurt each other, it's from the sheer fucking force of them literally I mean, I guess you'd call it an overhand right or an overhand left of them literally just smacking the shit out of each other.
God, they're so fascinating. I really like bears a lot. I mean, I'm terrified of them, but
Stop! You're gonna make me blush.
You guys are the 2 replacements for 2 bears, 1 cave in the future. You guys would be the perfect replacements. Darnell said he went like this. Stop. Shucks.
Darnell's gonna have to get a lot more racist.
All right, boys. All right. We've made it to the end of the episode.
Boy.
Did you just assume his gender, Joe?
This is attacks on 2 fronts. I don't like it at all. Y'all know what the hell I meant. All right, young gentlemen, or of age gentlemen, kings of. All right, you kings above 18. We've made it to the end. We made it to the end of the episode.
As a king, like you're just insinuating that I'm just holding some sort of male power. Okay.
Don't we all want that?
Bad.
Guys,
yeah.
I appreciate you guys for hanging out, and I appreciate you guys watching this episode. Hopefully you subscribe to the Patreon so you can check out the uncensored version and see the rest of this crazy videos. And and make sure you, if you haven't already, like, share, tie-dye, all the buttons down below. Follow us all on Twitch, twitch.tv/SuperSourGames, twitch.tv/McLeodmatic, and twitch.tv/SnuggyBlanks. I know Darnell's playing, he's getting high and playing Destiny over there. Ian's working on a project, and
Trying to figure out what I want to fucking play.
Exactly. That'd be a project. And I've got my parts coming in the next few days. Shouts out Ian. And next few days here coming in, so we'll be back on streaming heavily on SuperSour Games. And you can watch us play Fortnite with Ian. And yeah. Thanks for hanging out, guys. That's it. It's the end of the episode. Jazz hands.
Are we continuing this? Jazz hands.
Welcome to Throwing Hands.
Jazz hands. Bye, guys. Jazz hands. Ballerinas. Hey, if you do ballet, it helps you in UFC, you piece of shit. Come on.
Just a little bit.
You already raised your hands. You're already
halfway
almost there.
there.
You're almost
halfway
there. Come on.
Come on.
all you're
Just a
getting.
little
Come
bit more. Easy there. Come on. A little bit
Lift.
more.
Lift.
Come on.
Come on. One more. You got one
You
more
just gotta
rep.
bring him out.
Go.
You just gotta
Go.
bring him out. What is that?
I don't know.